people will come together.
So that sound of the train wreck is the signal to me to start my favorite part of the show, the IRS Trainwreck of the Week. This is the segment of the show where I talk about somebody who came into the office and their situation was essentially a train wreck. It was just a mess. And ultimately, in working together, we managed to make it all come out much better. This was an interesting story because this gentleman caused an IRS problem in a way that we don't talk about here much on the show. My typical client is sort of a self-employed 1099 type person that just sort of gets behind, doesn't know how to make estimated tax payments and that kind of thing. And so they ended up amassing large amounts of tax debt. This case is a little bit different. This case was a gentleman who has always worked, as far as I know, always worked as a W-2 wage earner. Yet he managed to amass a liability of over $219,000.
What?
And so the question is, how do you do that?
That's what I want to know.
Repair electric lines.
And so what he had done was he was a six-figure earner at one point. He's no longer a six-figure earner, but at one point in time, he had a nice run of six-figure-a-year earnings. And he just couldn't make it. He had family situations. He had people depending on him, whatever the case may be. And so what he did is he submitted a W-4 to the employer that basically said, I can't remember if it was 99 exemptions or if he just wrote exempt on it. I can't recall.
Oh, the stupid crazy number.
And so there was no federal income tax withholding from his paycheck whatsoever.
Wow.
And in our office, we jokingly call these cases like somebody who had to work at generating an IRS problem, right? I mean,
no kidding.
You have to proactively do something to make this happen. And he came to me. He had a revenue officer on his back, and things were looking bad. He works at a bank now, and he's actually one of my favorite clients because this is a guy that just every time I asked him to do something, he was Johnny on the spot. He just did it.
And that's not most of your clients.
That's not most of my clients by a long stretch. But this gentleman, I just loved working with him because if I asked him to do something, he just did it. No questions, no complaining. He just did it. So we actually offered the IRS $200 in this case. Okay,
for how much of a bill?
$200 in exchange for $219,000. Now I'm a pretty aggressive guy when it comes to these offers, and I didn't expect it to go through for $200. But this is not final. It's been recommended for approval at this point at $6,720. And actually, just about a month ago, it was around $8,800. Or actually, a couple weeks ago, it was around $8,800. And I kept working on it, got it down to $6,720. And client asked, what do you think? I said, I think
is that the final number?
I think it's time.
Or is that your final offer?
Yeah, I think $6,700 on $219,000. It's a pretty darn good deal.
He's going to have how long to pay that?
He's going to have 5 months, and some of it's paid. 20% of it's already paid. So he's going to have about 5 months to pay, a little bit over $5,000. And he says it's going to be tough, but he's going to be able to do it. So it makes me feel really proud and happy to help people with a giant mess like this, $219,000. Get it resolved with the IRS. He's back. He's going to be back in their good graces, and he's going to be able to move on with his life, get credit, all that kind of stuff that the rest of us do.
So if you got a hot mess, or someone that's got a hot mess like that, Darrin's your guy. He can help you fix it. You can get him at 888-GET-MISH.
That's 888-438-6474. Visit the website at getirshelp.com. Don't forget the YouTube channel. Don't forget the app and the podcast.
Or just search for Darrin T. Mish, and you'll find him. He's all over the place, everywhere on the web.
Yeah, there's multiple pages for Darrin Mish, that's for sure.
Mish like the fish. All right.
Yeah, don't complicate it. It's MISH.
This is the IRS Solution Attorney Show.
For today, we're out.